So you said 27 track days. I'm interested in that. 27
Yeah,
track days?
yeah, about
Holy cr
27.
all at
Um,
same track or different tracks or like
no, I this year this yeah no this year so I probably rode on 5 different tracks, and I did the California Superbike School, which was really cool. I learned a lot there, and I've got 2 memberships at 2 local tracks here. So it's up at Eagles Canyon Raceway in Decatur, and then Harris Hill Raceway here in Austin. If anyone's local, they'll know what those are. But and then I did a day at Road Atlanta with a couple of my guys from the Discord server. They brought out a couple bikes. We did like if you Road Atlanta, could not recommend it highly enough. Easily one of the most fun tracks that I've ever been on. It just connects really really well, and you get like a really good sense of pace through it. It always feels like you're flying through corners, even though like it was my first time there. I wasn't going super fast, but it has this sensation between the elevation changes and the way the corners like link together that you feel like you're just hauling all this kind of ass. It's a lot of fun. And then the back straight's like literally. It's not as big as Coda, but the back straight at Road Atlanta is enormous. And I was on an RC8R, the KTM Superbike, if you know it.
a little
And
bit. That's the thing
yeah,
is you
yeah.
know
So
more
it's
about bikes with all your research. I just know like
oh, thanks,
helmets and
man. Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, so the KTM RC8R is it was KTM's kind of like super bike that they made. So it's got this big like 1190cc V twin. You can kind of think of it as like a super analog like Ducati Panigale from like the last generation before they made the V4s. So it's got like ass loads of torque, like no electronics. It's crazy lightweight, and so it flicks in super quick. And then on the back straight, I think I hit probably like a good 160 on it. It's like a lot of fun.
Holy
It's a lot of
shit.
fun. Yeah, it's a sweet bike, man. But yeah, so I did Road Atlanta, and then I just being a member at these 2 tracks, I can just go at my leisure and kind of hit them up whenever they have an open day and just get some laps in. So that's kind of where a lot of that number came from, is just going and doing member days.
Okay. Part of that 27 is any of it like a class, like instructor led? Like I don't know how track days work, honestly. I
Yeah.
kind of had an
So
idea by wanting to register, but I have never been to one, so
oh, you've never done one?
nope. Nope, never done one. I want to take my
Oh, dang.
FTR out, the big old
Dude, you
heavy
gotta go,
FTR.
man. Hell yeah, you gotta go. I saw a guy the other day at Eagles Canyon doing it on a KLR 650.
Hell
So
yeah.
any bike goes, man. Any bike goes.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so for your first one, if you do it with an organization, they'll do like classroom sessions and kind of teach you what things to look for. They'll kind of tell you like, hey, these are your reference points. I mean, it's similar to street riding, right? It's like you're looking for your apexes, you're looking for your reference points, your turn-in points, you're looking for, smooth throttle, good body position, and just kind of like going with the flow of the track, and then you'll pick up the pace eventually. But yeah, so your first session or your first day, you can do it through like Ride Smart or I'm trying to think of what the organization would be out near you, but
There's
there's probably
a
one.
Yamaha Champion schools near me, kind of.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a great choice.
Awesome.
And so they'll teach a lot of that stuff, but then as you get more advanced, if you become like a member at a track or something like that, you can kind of just show up and then like go with like other members and kind of like run the day, and you get to start working on your own personal stuff. But if you want to get like super good, I would recommend getting an instructor and like really doing a lot of classroom.
Okay. Okay. Out of those 27 days and stuff, how does that feel when it translates to street? Like, do you feel like you're just going to like a shooting range? Like you're going to a shooting range. How does that translate to actually shooting a person if you had to in self defense?
Yeah,
Like how does track?
because I mean I shoot because well between you and me I shoot people all the time.
Oh, okay. So you're an expert at this. So translate it. No. You hear sirens in your background. It's like, oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah. FBI's like stay where you are, right?
They join the conversation here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, for me, riding on the street after doing all those track days, I don't know, it just makes me like super chill on the street because like I feel like I know how far you can push a bike really. Like you can go really damn fast on the track and like really lean that thing over. And on the street, it much probably like how you teach your audience, it's like you just start seeing all these obstacles on like, there's no runoff, there's trees everywhere, there's cars, there's cracks, there's imperfections. And it just makes you want to take it a lot more slowly. I used to ride on the street way faster before I started doing so many track days than I do now. I feel like now I ride ridiculously chill on the street because there's nowhere to really have like a lot of fun. So that's kind of how it translates for me.
Okay, so like it's so much more fun on the track that riding street is boring. I got it. I'm just kidding. But
I mean, you're not wrong. That's kind of how I view it. I kind of only ride on the street now to like, go and make a video with one of the giveaway bikes or make a quick vlog. Most of my time is spent on track, really.
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that well, that's pretty cool then, because a lot of people think that if you go to the track, you're gonna get all these extra tools and all this speed. You know how fast your bike can go, then you're just gonna do it on the street. But you're saying that, well, you're
Yeah,
like, well, the track
that's
is
how
really
you
nice, and I can push the limits there, but not do it here because man, I don't want to go that fast on this.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, because, once you start pushing on track, you'll have situations where you might run a little bit wide or, like, for example, like when I low sided the RC, if I had done that on the street, that bike it would have been shot out into opposing traffic. I would have probably hit a guardrail. I would probably hit a tree. So it just makes you a lot more situationally aware when you're on the street, I would say.
Okay. Have you
Dude,
taken?
you gotta go now. I can't believe
I
you've
have
never
to.
done one. You
I know.
gotta
I've
go.
never done one. I want to do one. There's the Champion Riding School. They do have track instructor led stuff, and they're like the best. So I definitely want to do that. Yeah, there. I definitely want to. I definitely want. Max Wrist was actually down here in Tucson, or I guess we have a track down here. I didn't even know that. But he was
Oh,
out
cool.
doing his thing, and I saw a video of him on Mount Lemon hauling ass, and I'm like, dude, I know that's a 35-mile-an-hour road, and there's an asshole sheriff up there. So I don't know if you got a ticket or not. Probably didn't post it, but yeah, there's some
Yeah.
crazy stuff out there. I mean, that's what I see, and that's what I think of when somebody wants to do a track day. They do that on the road too, with their
Yeah.
expertise now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really, if anyone's watching this and has not done a track day or anything like that, I would really encourage you to not take those skills that you learn on the track and apply them to the street because they don't really translate and it's very different. Because that's how you get in trouble, I think.
Yeah. So do you take the mental aspect though? You're taking the well, this is kind of where I can turn in safely, and this is how I can keep my bike more upright. My braking skills are here because of all this. Do you take like what's one massive physical skill that you might take? Like
I'd say vision.
vision. Okay.
100% vision. The biggest thing that I've learned in doing all this stuff is vision is everything. The further out you keep looking, the slower everything kind of becomes, and the simpler everything becomes. And on track, you're always looking for that next reference point, that next apex, and that really works well on street. If you're constantly looking as far out as you possibly can, nothing's going to be that big of a surprise to you. You might see a car that's slightly pulling out of some neighborhood, like a good 300 yards away. You already know it's happening. You're already aware of it, as opposed to when you get there and then you're like, oh shit, and you panic brake and then something happens.
I agree with that. That's what I've been saying this whole time. The whole having your mindset right, having good perception, field of view, all those fancy terms that I
Yeah.
use in class. But yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm glad that you're not taking these. I'm so much better now because of the track. I'll take these physical skills and haul ass on the street. I think that's
Dude, no way.
the wrong
way,
thing
man.
to do. And it's almost impossible, like
Yeah.
you said, with all the cracks, with the cars, and bad
Yeah.
everything. It's almost impossible.
I think it's also a factor of just getting older too. You approach risk differently, and for me, the risk of something happening on the street it's just not worth it. I just feel like it's just not worth it.